Hey folks, how's it going? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tac Pets, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today we're checking out Popular Mechanics December 1979, and we've got some retrofuturism on the cover here. We want to get a bridge from Alaska to Siberia. I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened. But yeah, retrofuturism is what the artist coined the term as when basically, especially way back in the 30s, we just drew pictures of what we thought the future would look like at its best, the same way children would often draw what types of cars or RVs they thought they'd be driving in the future. Super positive, dreamy, but looking back at it from the future almost gives a little bit of heartbreak sometimes. But let's do some positive thinking and move forward, and hopefully not drink in the down behind and what has lots of alcoholic ads in here. It's hilarious. And I'm always interested to see the mundane advertisements for things no one would advertise anymore. Oh, Salem is wonderful for getting images that are green screened. Like that guy, I don't think that guy's actually there in nature at all. I could be wrong, but there's just something entirely green screened about that. And check it out, we got Poncho here in the back of the magazine getting the lady's attention. He doesn't even know she's there. He just pulled over to have a cigarette and she just frickin' shows up. That's how it worked back in the day with cigarettes, with camels. Oh yeah, the family chainsaw. Going at it family style. Wait, there was a time when you could get a motorbike for 500 bucks? In the set. How much are motorbikes these days? You just don't see advertisements like this these days. And here we have survival jacket with everything. That's right, consumer level survival of all different types of. Oh, I want to fire one of those so badly. I hope I never get in the position where I have to, but man. I think I want to go one step further and do something really stupid and get some personal protective equipment on and go out into the forest in a foggy day and have a shootout with some of my friends, like fireworks. All your friends are going to laugh at you when you go playing out in the forest with something like this. Got some food in here. Your mommy's got your sandwiches in there. And then your yellow green dye. Why don't you just carry the stuff in a bag or a backpack? Do you really need it all over yourself? Auxiliary radio batteries. Oh, I would not want to put auxiliary batteries on me. So yeah, this basically just kind of seems like it's a situation where instead of having things in a backpack, you just have them all over yourself. Huh. I wonder what happens if you need to take your coat off if you need to get something. Holy frick, J.C. Penney sold batteries? I thought J.C. Penney was a clothing store. Geez, I need to get out more. Man, I've been in the village way too long. Population under 2,000, seriously. Now here's an interesting little piece of information I learned. So of course, once you get into this section, the paper changes. This is paper. This is not paper. This is clay. This is basically clay. So my dad's got a fireplace downstairs where we burn books and stuff. And we just don't burn this stuff anymore. We don't burn this because it doesn't exactly burn. It just turns into yeah, and that's the thing when you heat your house, you got to heat your house with the right stuff. Like if you use coal, you need to clean your pipes. We always need to clean your pipes after a certain amount of time, but if you're using coal, you got to clean your pipes like once a year, every spring. Now, let's face it, whammons are a big reason why the internet got as popular as it was. Sexy whammons. And I gotta say, we definitely have gotten away from something by having our adult entertainment in film form exclusively, because there's some pictures you just run up on. And it's the Black Velvet advertisements I see in here that make me think, geez, we really have lost something moving from images to media, because man, she is good looking. That's a perfect image. But at the same time, then women are like, that's what you want us all to be, but we can't be like that woman in that image all of the time. And then we get mental health issues from it. We don't expect you to be like that all the time. Who expects you to be like this all the time? But coming back from the future to look back at these beautiful women in the magazines, I gotta say, the video just doesn't compare. This is a beautiful woman. Holy frick, Fealty Electronics! I actually tore one of these down. I tore that one down in one of my previous videos because I wanted to see what was on the inside of it, and I didn't have the plug-in. My neighbor brought it over to me. She thought I'd get a kick out of it, and I did. I love my old neighbors. Now, this is interesting. How to cope with the high cost of heating. So, we're in a situation where housing is in a crisis, and there are lots of homeless people that are meeting a bad end because they don't know how to use heating systems. And these days, people don't want you using this stuff. It's a danger. Everything could explode, and but back here, it was just something you dealt with. It was just the way you handled life in the universe. So here's an interesting advertisement. Okay, so get a small dirt bike for your kid. Yes, good idea. But at the same time, these days, this is almost considered child abuse. So in the old neighborhood that I was in, oh man, we had so many helicopter moms and stuff like that. There was a kid that got on one of these that he throttled it too high. You know what? Maybe. Okay, is this kid 10? Because I think the kid was like 6. He throttled it too high and it took off basically. And he ended up hitting a tree. He was fine. He went to the hospital. Everyone was worried about him, but that's like a freaking rugged family that he came from. Like gearheads all the way around. There I have this memory of his 3 kids being out in the backyard. We just had this field, and there were the 3 kids out there. And the oldest was in nothing but rubber boots and underwear and mud everywhere. And the neighbor women were so upset, but it was just the funniest thing because it was just kids and mud, and it's just dirt. Dirt don't hurt. But that's a contrast. It's interesting from where we've came from to where we're going. It's almost as if we don't teach our kids to deal with the issues out there, are they going to be able to deal with them when they reach them? Oh boy, look at my giant ball of string. Holy frick, guys, check this out. PM follow up, the newest RVP remote. Uh, it's a drone. It helps you see stuff. It can't shoot anything at it though. Not yet. Let's take a look at some technology that puts people to sleep as soon as you see it, and it'll never be worth any money ever. Slideshow. It's like all the technology from this time is so difficult to use. Not this one so much, but if you're trying to put a reel to reel together and you have never done it before, good luck. I gotta say, I've never come across one of these before. And I'm curious, how well do they work? How well do they hold up? Does anyone use these? Do they exist? Just feel like they're super interesting. And here you can see we're advertising some more cigarettes. What is she looking at? I noticed in these old magazines you're supposed to look at everything individually and you kind of get an idea. But if you put the picture into reality and look at everything individually, what the heck is she looking at? What is this thing? What's going on here? I don't know, but I have a feeling that there might be a gas leak wherever they are. She looks like she's looking at a gas leak. An unfair comparison of the world's 2 best known woodcutters. You have not met my ex wife. Oh, that's rough. Okay, so I hate seeing images where people might have gotten hurt. Like, I know you gotta live with it, and that's life and whatnot, but I hope everyone is okay. Whoa, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I bet if they could somehow monetize this, they absolutely would. Get that bridge going back and forth. Check this out. Wow, that's a beautiful suspension bridge. Oh, frick, that's interesting. They just bring it right on up from the ship. Hey, that works. Oh my god. Oh my god, the thing came down and people kept driving off of it. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. 4 people died. I probably shouldn't be so sensitive about things like that, but geez, it's just terrifying. Imagine that a sister, a brother, a father, or just an individual, doesn't matter who you're related to, just driving to work, and all of a sudden the bridge is gone and that's it. Wow. Maybe I take things too seriously, but oh my god, is that the Sea King? Is that the Sea King? If that's the Sea King, I'd be like, no, no, I'm good down here. You guys keep going. Wait a second. Coal for your car? Is there anything more American sounding than that? I mean, oil is pretty cool, but have you tried coal? You get coal all over the place in the States. Interestingly enough, coal is not something that can be recreated. Like you can recreate coal, but we're not going to get new veins of it being created because coal is ultimately around due to a time when trees were all over the place, and when the trees died and fell over, they just stayed there. They didn't decompose because it took a freaking long time for bacteria and fungus to figure out how to digest it. Now, when that happened, all the stuff, layers upon layers of dust and sediment are going over top of it, smush, smush, smushed heat, and then you get coal. There's more to it than that, but you guys remember back in the day when we had all kinds of handheld devices for everything? That was fun. They were all overpriced and you didn't get too much fun out of them, but they were a good time. I had one of these when I was little. I just didn't have a motor and I had to move it with my hand if I wanted to mess with it. And I got my finger stuck under it. That was not fun. Remember back in the day when people cared about photography? Now we all have everything on our phones. That's it from me, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a good day. Take care of each other, will ya?